guys, welcome to the On Her Mark podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Donnelly. Today, I sit down with a woman who has had quite the summer. Izzy Rodriguez just signed a 3-year contract extension with the Kansas City Current, the same franchise in the NWSL she's been with since she was drafted in 2022. The defender is known for being one of the best teammates in the league and a true student of the game. She is out there day in and day out because she buys into the franchise's mission and loves it. Also this summer, the Michigan native earned her first U.S. national team cap. And if that wasn't enough, the same day she started and scored her first goal. And because it was just down the road in Ohio, her family was able to be there and witness it all. Today, we talk about her passion for the sport. We talk about her mindset around sportsmanship and buying into a goal. We talk about the influence of her family, her passions off the pitch, and so much more. Please welcome Izzy Rodriguez to the On Her Mark podcast. Izzy, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for hanging out today. How's everything going for you?
It's going really good over here. Thanks for having me today.
I'm excited to chat with you. It has been a big summer for you. I feel like there's a lot has happened. But first, how are you feeling right now? You're still in season. Playoffs are coming up.
Yeah, I think having a great time. I think this summer was a whirlwind and had a blast doing it. But I'm very excited to be back in season right now. We got about 10 more games, I believe, and hopefully we stay at where we're at, keep winning, and win the end of the league at the end of the year for the Shield, and then playoffs will start.
Yeah. And I always love this time of year, right? Because I feel like everyone comes back with a little bit of like, okay, this is like now or never. Like this is the moment we gotta keep the momentum going. Or for some teams, like, right, we have to shift the momentum and we have to bring something different. So we've alluded that the summer has been big for you. We're going to start first with the NWSL news and that you signed a 3-year contract extension with Kansas City. Why are you so excited about this? This is huge.
Yeah, it was one of the easiest decisions I've had to make just because I've been here for now about 4 years and I don't think it could get any better, whether it's the club, the community, the city, the soccer itself. I've loved every minute I've been here, and I think I love a place that we're competing for championships and also a community that supports us so much. I think that's one of the biggest things about being in Kansas City is, you have the whole city behind you. So I couldn't be more happy to be here for another 3 years, and I'm very excited to see what that brings.
Yeah, well, the franchise has done such an incredible job for fans, right, and creating the atmosphere. But as an athlete, you talk about this championship environment that they've created. What does that look like for you as an athlete? Like when you walk around day to day, whether it's practice, off day, game day, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it is such a professional environment, which is super nice to have. I think we come in and we all know we're there for one goal, and that's to win. But it's also human. Like we have fun, we joke around, we enjoy each other's presence. But every day when we step on that field, we're competing really hard. Practices sometimes are even harder than the games because of how competitive this team is. I love it. I go against some of the best forwards, which sometimes I don't like having to do every day, but it does make me better, makes our team better. But I think just having that professionalism is one of a kind. And then going forward of just keeping every training really competitive.
And you guys have your own facility. I think that's like something, well, it's trailblazing, right? Like the decision to do this, it's the first ever like purpose-built stadium for a women's professional team. And that's like no small feat, but that's like an investment in you guys. And so what I love is that you're kind of doing the same thing back to them, right? Like you're investing in the team and in your time there. You also mentioned going, practice is really tough. And you guys do have such an incredible team. Like you guys have standout players here and there, right? But together, I think is what makes you guys as successful and powerful as you are. So can you kind of talk about the difference between playing on a team that has, the couple single standouts and then a team like you guys where it's cohesively, you guys are just a monster.
Yeah, for sure. I think we go out there and we all are bought in onto whatever the game plan is for that day. We work super hard defensively from front to back, and then attacking wise, we're starting from the back and moving forward. And obviously, we have those individual moments of brilliance. You see Temwa go on a breakaway almost from our own 18 and score a goal. So some moments like that, I think, are super incredible, and you can see those individuals shine. But then it all comes down to us just working for each other. We want to play together. We're all super bought in, and I think that's a big reason why a team, when you see so much chemistry in it, and that's why it's because they're just bought in for whatever the plan is that day.
I love that. And so, of course, we see that on the field, but what does that look like off the pitch? Like, what does it look like in the locker room? And then even when you guys, like, days off, I know that so many of you guys probably spend time together outside of the facility and practice and games.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part that we actually enjoy spending our time together, not only on the field, but just off of it. We usually on off days, if something's going on, somebody will want to plan something. I know for one of the international breaks, we all went over to one of our teammates' houses and watched the game on the TV and got to see Lo and Claire and Michelle out there for debuts. So it was really cool to have that environment with each other of just wanting to be around each other. We have a lot of fun, and I'm sure you've seen that on social media too. I mean, I just saw a clip of Coop dancing before this last game that we had against Orlando, and it's incredible. Like, in a moment, we've had 3.5 hours in a delay, and you come out there and you're still having a great time. Just shows that we were having a good time in there as well.
Absolutely. I know. And that 3-hour delay, I mean, you guys really handled that well. It's unexpected, but I loved what you guys all kept saying, right, about controlling what you could control. And it seems like you did, but what a game for a 3-hour delay.
For sure. We had a lot of fun. We made the most of whatever we could with the 3 hours and went out there, and it was a battle.
Yeah. Well, and that's, you mentioned off the top too, that, you guys are sitting at the top right now, and this would be a franchise first, right? And that's really exciting. That adds a lot of fuel to the fire. How do you guys approach each game? Is that something that you feel pressure, or is it more the motivation and kind of like a little bit more of the underdog mentality?
Yeah, I think we talk about every week of no game's going to be easy. And I think that's one of the best things about the NWSL is no game is going to be an easy game. You're going to go out there and you're going to have to play your best to beat the team. And I think every week we just go into it thinking that way. And sometimes we might come across with a win and know that it's not our best performance. And I think that's why we continue to grow, is because we're not satisfied. Even because we came away with 3 points, it doesn't mean it was our best or we can't grow from there. So every week's a little bit different, a little bit new, and we try to take something away from the game before to go forward. But I think we try not to look too far ahead as are we going to win the championship, the Shield, wherever we're at. It's just one game at a time at this point.
Yeah. And I want to get to the national team, and we will. But first, I want to talk about what the club said about you when they announced the extension, right? And what so many teammates have said about you, and is the teammate that you are. People saying that you are the best teammate, like hands down, like no comparison. And Izzy, I think that is such a compliment to you in so many ways. And I truly believe that being a good teammate is something that you can't teach, right? Like, you can teach someone it's like you can't tell someone, you can't want it for someone else, right? You have to want it for yourself. So where was this mindset born in you? Like, do you remember when you were growing up just being like, I got to be a good teammate, or I want to be a good teammate?
For sure. I think my family's always instilled in me of just being a good person, and I think that's just the start of being a good teammate. I think it's one of the best compliments also I've ever received. Like you said, I take a lot of pride in who I am as a person and who I could be as a teammate. And I think we've all been through ups and downs in your career and your sport and whatever you're doing, but you can control consistently being just a good human, a good person. And I've always just learned to work hard, put the best foot I got out there, and whatever happens. But I do think my family, my parents, my older brother have always been somebody to kind of keep me in check with that and made me into who I am today, for sure.
I love that. Are you guys a competitive family? Like, is family game night a tough night to be around?
We play a lot of euchre. We definitely did that. Midwest game, so I don't know how many people are familiar with it.
I've heard of it. I've never played, but I have heard of it. It's a Midwest thing. You're right.
For sure. And yeah, super competitive. My brother's 6 years older than me, so I think like having him be able to always be somebody I was competing with or wrestling around with when we were really young definitely made me who I am. And we love sports as a whole family, so we definitely get pretty competitive in everything we do, and cornhole, everything in the backyard games too. So it's a lot of fun. And I think that brings out why I like sports so much.
More with Izzy when we come back. Welcome back to the On Her Mark podcast. Let's jump back in with Kansas City current defender Izzy Rodriguez. Was there anyone that you played with either, at this level, at the professional level, or high school, college, like teammates that you looked up to and helped shape the player that you are now and teammate you are now?
For sure. I think currently one of my best friends on the team too, Bailey, I think she has just been a biggest supporter of me since we've been here. And I'm super grateful to have somebody like her. And I think she's just such an uplifting teammate as well. So I want to shout her out because I think she doesn't get that credit a lot. And then I think I've just had a lot of the same teammates and friends growing up, whether it was in sports or not, who have always been there to support me, whether we're in different cities, different states, different schools. And I'm really thankful to have a support group that's just been with me since I was 3, 4, 5 years old and knows my whole story and has consistently showed up when I need them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Those people are like your inner circle. Those are the most important people on good days and bad days. So I mentioned it. We're going to talk about your first cap with the U.S. Women's National, the senior team, right? First cap, first start, first goal, all in one day. Izzy, what was that like for you?
I still can't really believe that it happened. I look back and I'm like, that was probably the best day I could have ever imagined or planned for myself. And I also was lucky enough to have my family in the stands. Cincinnati is really close to home, so that was also amazing that they were able to witness it. But it was a dream come true. I think any young girl watching soccer, playing soccer growing up has always wanted to play for the U.S. national team. So being able to do that and have that moment of just, I made it, I guess, was super cool.
Absolutely. I know immediately after you said that you were excited to watch the game back. Have you done that yet?
Yes, okay. I have watched it. Definitely. It's funny looking back because I don't think I remembered any of it by the end of the game because I was just like, I don't even know what happened. I blacked out. Who knows? But it is fun to go back and be like, wow, like you played a normal soccer game and it's just like any other soccer game. And now that we've gotten the first out of the way, hopefully there's a few more to come.
Yeah. So you mentioned like when you're growing up playing soccer and you're looking at either the national team or the NWSL or, WUSA, maybe, back in the day, you're looking at all of these incredible athletes. When was it a dream for you, Izzy, that it wasn't just something that you were pursuing because your friends were doing it or it was an after school activity? Like, when were you like, I'm good and I'm going to take this as far as I can?
Sometimes I think that's funny because I look back and there's some people who are like, oh, when I was 8 years old, I knew. And I'm like, When I was 8 years old, I'm pretty sure I was just having fun. I was playing 10 different sports. Like,
you were just looking forward to like the popsicles post game, right?
100%. And like, I was always a competitive person, like I talked about earlier. So like, I wanted to do well in it, but I was playing so many other sports. So I wanted to do well in those as well. But I think when you start to get to like recruiting around my age, it was almost the end of middle school. So it was getting a little really early for college.
Yeah.
Where I was like, wow, I'm actually getting noticed. Like maybe I am kind of good. I should really look into continuing this for a long time, which like, I'm really glad I had the support around me to do that. And my parents thought that process was so fun. I had really good training back home too, that I think I was able to see some older women who I was training with at that time who were playing professional and they made me want to be where they were at. So I was really fortunate to have that, but I feel like it was probably middle school that I was like, this could be something I would want to do. And then in high school, there were so many more opportunities starting to come around for professional women's sports that I was like, this is attainable now. It's not just a dream, but it could actually happen.
Yeah. Which is so incredible. It's like, it just gives truth to and valor to, right? Like, see it. If you can see it, you can be it. Which is so cool. I love that we now have athletes who like saw it, right? For so long, it was like, I never saw it, so I wanted to start it. Now it's like, I saw it, I want to push it forward. What other sports did you play? I'm curious. If you weren't a professional soccer player, what sport would Izzy be playing?
Oh gosh, my dad would like to say basketball because he loved when I played basketball. I don't say it's my favorite, and I probably could not shoot a basket for the life of me anymore, but I could run around that court. I really loved volleyball. I think that's such a fun sport. I mean, I danced growing up. I played softball, gymnastics, like anything you can name, I probably did it. And I am so bad at all of those sports now. So I'm really glad I don't have to do them, but I had so much fun. I think that's honestly super important for young children in general, of like, play sports, enjoy it, be able to be active in whatever way you want. But you don't have to start with one sport. You can do so many at once.
Yeah. Do you think, I mean, we hear so often this conversation of burnout, and especially I think it happens, or we hear a lot of the conversation right in college, and people, when they finish, they're just like, I'm done. I can't look at a soccer ball any longer. For me, it was like, I cannot look at a volleyball anymore. Do you think that playing multiple sports helped you avoid that burnout and want to keep going? Were there other factors that helped contribute to avoiding that?
Yeah, definitely. I think sports outside of soccer were incredible to have. And I mean, I even did track in high school, and running without a ball might not be the most fun, but it also just takes your mind off of soccer. And it definitely helped me improve in ways too that I probably wouldn't get at a normal like soccer practice. So I think, and you build relationships with people. It's just a great way to get your mind off the sport. So you don't feel like you're constantly thinking about soccer. And it doesn't even have to be a sport. You could want to go play instruments. You could just arts and crafts, something to get your mind away from it. Cause I know sometimes it's hard to step away or step back and not get engulfed by everything.
Yeah. Well, so now on those days where, you know, you need a break from it, right? Like you need to just kind of like reset, whatever that looks like. What do you do to fill your cup so that you can go to practice or a game the next day and feel good?
A big thing that helps me is I got a dog. I think she is a great way to take my mind off things because I'm taking care of something. So she's awesome. But then I also avid reader. I love to watch a good TV series or a movie, even just get out and try a new restaurant. I think just something to get myself out of my apartment or to a nice park, enjoy some nature, something like that is really nice to have.
Yeah. Any good books or TV binges lately?
I'm actually right now, I'm in a book club. My old roommate and teammate here in Kansas City started a book club back here, and we just started that, and we are reading One of Us is Dead. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I'm almost finished. We meet tomorrow, so I got to finish that tonight, actually. But so far, really, for you. Yes. It's a little mystery thriller, definitely like that. And then I like Green Lights, Matthew McConaughey's book, Educated. There's so many. I could go in all different directions too. I'm definitely not like a romance. You could give me anything and I'll read it.
I love that. That keeps it interesting, right? Because then I can't read two of the same genre back to back. I got to switch it up because then I start getting the characters confused and.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel the same way.
Or ask me what a book's about and I couldn't tell you. If I read it 5 months ago, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you I read it, but that's about it.
Yes. I feel the same way.
More with Izzy when we come back. Welcome back to the On Her Mark podcast. Let's jump back in with Kansas City current defender, Izzy Rodriguez. So you also talk a lot about your family. And so what do they think now of everything? And are they, I mean, obviously they're so proud of you, but do you feel that that they knew that this was the goal and the dream for you, or are they just kind of like floating along just being like, this is the coolest thing ever?
I think they've always been somebody to know that I have this in me. But they've also been like, whatever you want to do, we're going to support you.
Love that.
So I'm glad I've had that balance because they've pushed me to be my best and they know when I'm at my best and how much I have in me. But I think now it's almost to the point of like, what could come next? I think my mom was crying so much during the US game in Cincinnati. So I think it's more like surreal now. It's like, how much more is there left? And they're just happy to be a part of it now.
I love that. And I'm sure she was crying of like all these like proud tears. And then I'm sure like the next day she probably blacked out too. Like she probably had the moment was like, I wish there was a camera on her, right? I always love watching the parents watch the kid.
Oh, 100%. I would have paid money to get that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully if someone out there like has the video, show us. we need that. So, okay. So we talk about this, like this big summer for you. We talk about the end of the season is is a big thing. What does game day look like for you? And does it look different when you're playing with the national team? And does it look different when you're playing with the current?
I think I try to keep it very the same. I like routine. I don't like to get super hyped in the morning. I like to kind of stay chill until we get to the stadium. We get there, then I can start bringing up my energy and everything. But knowing how much we have to run sometimes, I'm like, I need to keep all my energy inside of me as long as possible.
Yeah.
But honestly, I just like to relax. I like to get out and move a bit, whether just like a walk, something like that in the morning, eat my normal foods, maybe watch a little TV, do some brain games. I love doing all the New York Times games and things like that in the morning, but I like to just kind of chill. And I think for some people, they like to get really hype and dance around and keep that energy all day. But when we got an 8 p.m. kickoff, I can't do that.
Yeah. Are you a napper?
I am not either.
Okay.
So that's another thing. Like the long days, I can't nap. So
Yeah.
I'm just ride the wave of caffeine.
You and I are the same in a lot of ways. When you're like, I like the brain games. I'm like, me too. I did that this morning. I can't nap. If I nap, I'm like down for the count for the rest of the day. But so many athletes nap before games. It's almost required for some athletes.
Yeah, I have never been super into that. I tried in college, and I think I was just laying there forcing myself to close my eyes. Like, why am I doing this? And as long as I'm getting a good night's sleep, like I'll nap if I'm really tired, but I don't require, I would say, like the 10 hours of sleep that some people might. So usually I'm pretty satisfied with that. And then some caffeine and coffee, and I'm all set.
I love it. And are you superstitious? Do you have any like game day quirks?
I definitely try to avoid as many as possible, so I'm not like panicked if something doesn't go that way.
Yeah.
Like I said, I always do those brain games in the morning, so I think that's just something I continue to do. And then the only other thing I really do is write down a few things about the opponent, a couple things I want to do in a game in my iPad notes. But other than that, I think that's just kind of to recenter me towards the game, and the rest is just kind of whatever the day brings.
I love it. I love it. Well, as we wrap up here, Izzy, is there anything that that you love or anything that people would be surprised to learn about you that they don't already know, whether it's soccer related or not soccer related?
Oh, gosh. People don't know about me. I feel like everyone knows everything about me now that it's hard to hide anything. Wow, that's a good one. I would say I'm a big fan of like crime shows and like crime junkie podcast stuff. So maybe that's something not a lot of people know. I think Criminal Minds is my all-time favorite show in the entire world. That could be a fun little tidbit. Yeah.
Have you read The Missing Half yet? Ashley Flowers' second book? Okay. It's I haven't read it yet either. It's on my TBR list. But I look at it like every night.
My new recommendations for our book club. I'll add it so that way I can.
It's supposed to be really good. Her first was really wonderful. So, all right. So, final question I ask everyone, and I'm curious for you what this is. Do you have a mantra that on hard days of life, of practice, of games that helps you get through?
I do, and it's going to sound silly, but it's a quote my dad has just always said, and it almost turned into a joke now, where it's like he says that he laughs, but it was a George Perlis quote, and it was just work hard, keep your mouth shut, and good things will happen. And I think that's just something that's so easy to follow, because on days that are hard, just put your best foot forward and get through the day, and then you know what's going to happen the next day. It could be better.
I mean, I think that alone right there is just like why, Izzy, you are such a good teammate, and why you've had so much success and will continue to have so much success is because at the root of all of this, you are just like a good person. And clearly that comes from your family too. So that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. Where can people follow along with you? And then, where can people follow along?
Sure. I mean, through the current social medias, obviously, because I feel like that's where I'm most on. But then just my personals as well. It's all Izzy Rodriguez somewhere, who knows. But definitely tune in this weekend to our game against Portland. I actually don't really know when this is airing, but hopefully it's before that.
Yeah, there will be a game coming up when this airs, so that's good.
Perfect. Watch whatever game it is.
There we go. Well, best of luck for the rest of the season. We'll be cheering for you.